Okay, just watching some laddering here, starting with a game of Steph, who's, well, long been the best player, the consensus best player, I think. But looks like they're playing with heavy Menagerie, playing against Rovad, aka Davor. That's backwards. Um, I guess I just outed that that's an alt, but I think everybody knows because it's literally just the name backwards. Um, Also, he talks about it a lot. Anyway, yeah, what we have here is, well, Goat is going to help you get thin. Wave the Chameleon is going to make Livery be able to be like a smithy. Hunting Lodge can give money. It has this interesting interaction with Way of the Chameleon. There's a lot of stuff here. Displace maybe goes well with Scepter. I don't think I'm big on Monastery. I think I'd prefer Pixie. That's just a gut feeling, though. Pursue there makes a decent amount of sense. And then there's a question of, okay, you're using the livery to draw. This makes some sense as well. You're just going to draw a lot. Now, do you want a hunting lodge or do you want a stables? Chameleon, I think, I haven't really seen it get much play yet, but I suspect that it's going to be quite the powerful thing because it helps you draw early, and then later on it helps you. Yeah, Scepter makes a good amount of sense. Later on, it helps you. I think you just play this livery for money rather than cards because there's a couple of actions down here. But I wouldn't be surprised if cards anyway. Okay, I think you want village of some sort. Whether it's Scepter or Hunting Lodge, I'm less sure. Okay, we're going this way. Um, right. So this could be Pursue and a Pixie, would be my guess. My gut, I guess. Because the threes and fours don't look that much better than Pixie to me. Um, and by pursuing, you're going to get to your livery and get past some more of these coppers. What am I trying to say? Chameleon, yeah, so it lets you draw earlier on in your turn, and then later in the turn, it lets you. Oh, interesting, you didn't pursue at all. Later in the turn, it lets you thing make money, right? So you play livery here and just get the money, trash a bunch here. You could even province now. Um, is that crazy? It might be crazy. I think you want to build a little more first, probably, but not much. There's no plus buy here. There are extra gains with display, so that'd be the other thing you might be trying to do. And actually, that does seem pretty good. So I think I'd be building towards that, which means I don't know how enthused I am about getting more scepters, but this is probably fine. Steph being thinner, maybe I'll be very good here. Oh, Monastery, of course, works very well with livery for all these horses that you're gaining. So, yeah, I forget what I was saying earlier. That's just got to be good. Um, okay. So, Rovad can get a ton of horses here. The question is just to what end? Yeah, you're just getting the provinces? Sure. It's not 100% clear to me whether Displace is going to be fast enough or not. It seems like it ought to be fairly close. You could play this horse using Chameleon. You still have to return it if you use Chameleon. Eh, you could just play livery for the money, keep the horse, play the scepter to play the livery again for the money again, and that's 6, 7, 8. You could trash this monastery and get a province. My guess is province is probably not what you're going for, and I expect a displace here. Yeah, Flame's Gift is also probably not really what you're looking for. Replay the liver, you get more horses this way. Uh, didn't trash the monastery. Seems a little bit odd to me. It's probably not mattering, but I would think that the copper is. Well, it's really not mattering. You're going to trash the other one this coming turn. Oh, I guess it might matter if you decide to displace the monastery. It's hard for me to think that that's what you're going to do, but I guess you could. I guess you don't have any sixes yet. Uh, uh-huh. Okay, so Rovad doesn't have, does not yet have, well, I don't think I like the second livery, but it is what it is. Okay, this could be short on money. Pixie next, and then displace a horse. Trash the monastery with goat. Probably need another hunting lodge, yeah. And then you can, when you gain the horse, you get it back from exile here. You, aha, you can actually displace again with the scepters. Probably better than liverying again. I mean, it just surely is unless you want to take something that costs less than two, or less than. No, it just surely is, isn't it? I guess it doesn't matter if this is what you're doing. Navigator is not particularly something I expected, but I guess the main thing is that it costs four, so it gives you the horse, and more importantly, you can displace it into a gold. This is going to be another province here for Rovad. Uh, yeah, I think this game is probably going to be pretty close. Rovad obviously has province in hand. You probably want to draw to try to get past some of these, maybe all of these provinces and get more horses, but we'll see what happens. This is going to be displacing the navigator, I imagine. After you play the livery, so you get more horses, sure. Gold, yup. Play the pixie next, hoping to draw the gold and leave the horse on top. Okay, that didn't happen, so you're going to waste a horse here. And by waste, I just mean use. You would have liked to have kept another one, but it's fine. Um, I mean, I think Steph still has some reasonable chances to win. Slightly surprised that that was on livery there. Game does seem close to me. I'm not sure I would have played that horse. Pretty sure I wouldn't have played that one. So we're going to get livery here for money. Um, you could draw here, but there is a livery down there, so maybe you don't. Go ahead and trash a copper and buy another province. I think I like Steph's position, but it's should be pretty close. Not sure about that pursue. Seems to me rather have the horses. The second livery just kind of seems like a questionable thing to me. Okay. I mean, Forest Gift has to be worth taking because at worst you can rebuy the pixie. Um, so you play a managing hunting lodges versus other stuff here is not so easy. So you'd like to have the livery in play first, and then you displace something. And then, but you need a lot of actions to get that ordering off well. This may have been, I'm not 100% sure what Steph was trying to do here. It's It actually seems hard to me to work out the best thing to do. At least, I wouldn't be surprised if he's worked it out this quickly, but I certainly haven't. Um, okay, so this is going into gold, which you then draw, sure. This is 12 plus scepter, so it could be 50, or it could be that the scepter is going to play the displace to go gold into province and buy a province. Yeah, Steph should be ahead here, right? Wait, why? Oh, okay. So instead of that, you're just double provincing without displacing. I mean, this also makes some sense. You double province and you get like quite a bit of horses. And unless you draw fairly badly, I think you're likely to win next turn. You know that Rovad can't end the game here. You're lacking money to win next turn, but not sure how I feel about all that. Okay, play the livery again, play the livery again. Goat. You could pursue there, but Rovad's chosen not to. Steph needs double province plus here, which I think is possible, but not on this hand. So he's gonna have to go for a lot of duchies. If you're going for duchies, I think you just play the livery here. As for the money, going with displace. I mean, this may well just be better. Um, right, you could pursue here and take a 2. You're taking the chariot race. Um, yeah, that may be more points. Okay. So this should probably be province. I mean, you're gonna play the stables next, right? You want to play the stables. As soon as it's not triggering that shuffle, you play horse here. You need to play another horse here to get to province again. Okay. Now, I don't remember what these last cards are, but there's like a scepter. And horses. What? Isn't this what you want to do? What are... Okay, it's not what you wanted to do. You wanted to draw the horse, scepter, and province. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to take the money and instead pursue past the province scepter, just leave a horse on top, but I don't know, maybe that's not any good. Well, you just need to keep playing some horses here, right? And I don't think you want to play the navigator as much as you want to displace the navigator. So, in if you play livery to draw here, then you can play displace and displace, and you have a third displace, so that's going to get you province, duchy, duchy, duchy. That could be a tie. The chariot race was on the bottom. Okay, oh, this is... So you displace gold into province. You chariot race to score a point. No, you don't want to play the livery now. No, 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 no. You want to have the province that you're guaranteed to win the chariot race on, right? Right? And the horses aren't going to matter. You just win, right? Am I wrong? Am I counting wrong? You play the displace first. You go gold into province. You play chariot race. You win the chariot race unless there's a province on top here from Rovad. You play the next displace, you get a duchy. You play Scepter to play displace again, you get another duchy. You, I think that was a win. Anyway, you've won a race anyway, so I guess you win anyway. Wait, am I missing something? Displace gold into province, that's 25. Scepter to displace gold into duchy, that's 28. And then you play the goat, that gives you 5 money, you win. I don't understand. This is still a win, isn't it? Oh, now he realizes. He has the goat for the 1 money, right? Now gold into province. Yes. So I think it was cleaner to do it in the other order I was talking about. My guess is you just miscounted probably. But it guarantees the tie. I'm pretty sure it guarantees the tie and makes it more likely that you win because you're chariot racing into province instead of duchy or horse. Anyway, good players make mistakes. Obviously, you've watched my videos, so you know that I make mistakes all the time. Let's see if they're going to go for another game or I'm going to look for another player. Looks like we may be getting another game here. Possibly. Looks like not. Okay. Let's see who we want to spectate next. You see who's in the queue. No names I recognize. So let's just jump in mid-game, maybe. And, oh, this person was just watching a game that has just ended. Playing the rat. Not much interest in watching that. Still no names in the queue that I recognize. Let's check and see. Somebody's gonna start soon, maybe. I am doing other things as I'm getting some messages that I need to answer. Um, who's in the queue now? Rovad is. Maybe we'll watch another Rovad game or a Trev game, whichever one of them gets a match first, probably. Is this not too bad, just starting one? Okay, let's watch unrated, huh? Give me a rated game. Rovad and Trev still in the queue? Trev is. Rovad is, yes. I don't know why I care that it's rated. I guess it's less likely to have people doing random nonsense. Unrated games are a good thing. Don't get me wrong. But I guess it's also less likely to have somebody just leave in the middle of it or something. I don't know. I'm not allowed. What? Okay, I think that was because I clicked it too many times or something. It's kind of weird. Yeah, let's check out this game. Hermit seems good. Seems good with March as well. 5-2 is not great about that, but 2-5 would be much better because you could open Fisherman and a 5. This way you're going to open a 5 and say Patrician. Magpie is probably fine. Looks like Hunter has 2-5, so I think Fisherman is just quite a bit better than. There's Knights here. So there's some question about whether Swamp Hag is good, but I think it's probably not great. Um, so what are you opening then? Could be Bandit. That's not super. Uh, it doesn't excite me. I think I want to be playing with a lot of Hermit March stuff. Maybe Enchantress. The lack of village here, well, is a lack of village. Um, if you have a Hermit in your deck, you play Hermit. You gain a Hermit. You have 3 money. You march to play the Hermit you just gained. Gain another Hermit and get 2 Madmen. I mean, that seems like a serious synergy. But 5-2, I'd probably be thinking about Swamp Hag versus Paddock versus maybe a Knight. I guess I'd think about Bandit. I don't know. I mean, I want to be doing Hermit stuff. And any of those cards you can play with Hermit as well. But Hermit, I think, makes the Swamp Hag like a little bit worse. Um, Along with to some extent Banquet and March. Note that Banquet can't take the top Knight right now because it is Dame Josephine and it's non-victory. Uh, wow, hits 5 coppers again. Just goes for the Hermit. I mean, I can't fault you for going for the Hermit in that spot. This should be play the Patrician, play the Paddock, buy March to play the Hermit, trash an estate. This could interestingly be a game without magpies, at least for a long time. So you trash the estate, and you gain a Hermit, and you gain a Madman. Yeah. Ye old powerful synergy, and this is why I didn't like Swamp Hag so much. I probably would nevertheless take a magpie here. I mean, the magpie's running out is part of what's going to make paddock good for you. Um, so if you play the horse first, your madman does more stuff. The question is, do you want to save one of them or the other? Which seems very plausible to me. Although I would think I would probably save the horse because there's a hermit down here that I want to play. So I would have wanted the village effect from the madman. Now you're not gonna. I mean, you're just gonna do this, I guess. Is artisan worth it here? That's an interesting question. Trash this estate and take probably a fisherman. Because I think you want to buy something here that's not just March or Banquet. Probably? Question mark? I think I'd take a fisherman here, play my paddock, and hope my magpies start breeding here pretty soon. What am I gonna? That seems really weird time. That was like in the middle of gaining the patrician that you did the undo. Oh, I don't. It's probably just how it's coming through to me. Yeah, okay. Goes for the fisherman. I think I'd be inclined to buy paddock here. I'm thinking the knights don't excite me too much. You're going for artisan. I'm a little worried about being over terminaled in this case, but maybe it'll be fine. The magpies can run, and then the paddocks are non-terminals, and then you're good. Artisan also gets around swamp hag, and we've got a swamp hag coming here. So, okay, you're hoping to find an action, a terminal here if you're Trev. So you're just gonna play this magpie. Yeah, you didn't find one. I don't think it's worth buying a card. I don't think taking the curse is worth it, but I could see it. Um, you could march. Do you want to draw the paddock? I could see that too, honestly. It maybe gets me another magpie to march this magpie. Drawing the paddock isn't so bad because of terminal issues. You have a lot of horses down there, so it's likely that you find your yeah, artisan anyway, and or your hermit. So this makes a lot of sense to me. But yeah, I think you're just a little bit over terminal at the moment because of your business with so you play the fisherman here, and my inclination would be to hermit, trash the estate, gain a hermit, and march, which is kind of why I didn't like the artisan here. Although, what was I thinking of as a instead of artisan? Paddock is also terminal, so forget that. That's not a good reason that I'm giving. I don't think I would have played that horse. I don't think I want to do anything that more with my turn than this hermit stuff. I guess I'm gonna get two madmen, especially now because I don't think I want to trigger this shuffle. I think I want the two madmen. Trash the estate, gain a hermit, march the hermit, gain another hermit, get two madmen. Really powerful synergy between march and hermit here. Yes. Plays the paddock. Yeah, I mean, I think I would rather have a madman than two horses. But it might just be that this is not something you've realized you can do yet. I mean, I'm spamming the magpies all the way home. Probably playing horse, magpie. Maybe not the horse. Probably the horse, though. I don't know how many of the horses. Maybe another one? Yeah. Madman. Uh huh. Is this an autopile? I think this is an autopile. Is it? Yeah. So you can pile out the magpies here. and then your artisan or your paddocks become non-terminal. You just start gaining tons and tons of them, and provincing and or swamp hagging and or knighting. I don't know what, but your paddocks are non-terminal. You start adding other things. It's just a question of whether you want just you're just saying okay, province is the way to go, or whether you want to go for swamp hag, or whether you want to go for knights. And I'm not sure what the best way to do that is. Okay, so what did you decide to do with your artisan? Wait, what? A fisherman? Really? Huh. That is not what I expected. You just trying to lower that pile so you have a village? It's probably fine. I mean, I certainly expect the player with the Hermit Magman to win over the player who didn't. Whoa, no, you want to play your Haddock, my friend. No, it's non-terminal. Friend. Sir Michael seems a very good knight because discard attacks are great. Friend, no, you missed out on playing the paddock. New cards are hard. You probably want to spew this horse. Probably wouldn't spew this horse, but if you want to find your artisan, I could see it. You're gonna play the magpie. You're gonna play this magpie. You're gonna draw the rest of your deck because that's a copper on the bottom. You play the paddock because it's non-terminal, and you play probably the artisan. And you could gain Michael, or you could gain a fisherman to try to be a village. You could buy province. You could buy something else. You get another paddock just to get more draw that's non-terminal effectively in your deck. You start getting patricians to try to open emporiums for points. There's a lot of things you can do. You put the fisherman on top if that's what you're gaining. If you're really trying to empty those things, though, I don't really see the point of that so much. Because like your one paddock becomes a village. Hooray! Okay, you lose a magpie. You're not too worried about that. Actually, you would have been more hurt by the swamp hag. I'm pretty sure. Um, I mean, I expect Trev to basically just keep provincing every turn here while gaining useful cards as well. I mean, you're not so reliable that you've got like provinces all locked up. Could have stopped there, I think, right? Yeah, no, maybe you were money short. So you play the paddock. I don't see what getting the fisherman is getting you over getting more paddocks, say, though. I don't know. It might be better. You're going to province again here. You're probably going to miss province a turn. There's there should still be 3 coppers in these last 5 cards, I think. Oh, and now your paddock is a village for you. So that's very nice for you if you're Trev. Also, 2 piles are gone, so you got to think about pile endings. Maybe there's something with paddocks and hermits and stuff. I don't know. I'm not too worried about it. Maybe I've counted wrong. Yeah, there's one different number of coppers than I thought. Surely you want to play on here. I guess you're thinking about March, and you're gonna do that. What are you gonna march though? Is it gonna be the hermit or the artisan? I expect it's gonna be either the hermit or the artisan. It's the hermit. Okay. Gaining a patrician and getting yourself a madman. Sure. There goes another magpie. Right, that's the Josephine attack is probably what I'd missed before. Okay, not a good hand. I think I want a paddock here. Although honestly, it could be Michael. It really could be. You're gonna take patrician now? Okay. So that's a potential 3rd pile. Please play paddock. Okay, you can play both of these other things. Great. You should get the paddock here. Oh, does that work? No! No, friend, don't put that on top. You want to have 8, don't you? Oh, wow. You're just like going hard for these Emporiums, but that's not going to work, will it? You need a scorer. This pile's going to run out and you're going to lose. I mean, Trev cannot run the pile out this turn, but all of you are lacking gains. So you madman. Do you madman? Maybe you don't madman. It's not getting you that much necessarily. Yeah, maybe you don't madman. I mean, you just like paddock, march the artisan, stick the madman on top, gain. I don't know. Could be Emporium. I think it's likely Emporium. That seems pretty good to me. To play your paddocks to get the horses, march the artisan to gain an Emporium, stick the madman on top, score your 2 points, have an excellent chance of winning next turn. You could also just take province, and that's going to be very good for you. You could artisan something else. That's going to be very good for you. There are a lot of things that could be good for you. I think I like sticking the madman on top so that you're very likely to have a big turn. Yeah, takes the Emporium, sticks the madman on top. Absolutely. And now, I mean, there's just a very good chance that Trev wins here. The Magpies. Wait a minute. That trashed Fisherman? During your turns. Oh, during your turns. So your discard pile. Got it. Cool. Okay. Player Magpie. Player Magpie. Because you're hoping to draw more before you Madman. Now Madman. Play your horses. I mean, this is guaranteed to find now, right? Your artisan, and if you do find your artisan, you take the last 2 Emporiums and you win the game. So this should be it here. Yeah, I think the Hermit March strategy is very strong. Strategy, synergy. And I think it maybe could have even been used more here. Makes me not like the Swamp Hag so much. But there you have it. Fairly clean win there for Trev. Let's see if Trev is going to jump back into the queue. Could also check and see. some of these other players. Who is in the queue right now? Blue green. Am I not friends with blue green here? Let's fix that. Blue green. I like to be able to follow you. Great. Strong player, that is, blue green. Played him a number of times. Super solid. Yeah, I think we want to wait for the start of another game. You do do do. Waiting for a game to spectate. Waiting for a game to spectate. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay, 5-2 Chameleon. That turns stuff into stuff. City Quarter Chameleon. City Quarter often gives you overdraw. You can turn that into money. Excuse me. Um, what else? What else? There's um, Catapult looks pretty good. Remake looks pretty good just because they're good cards in general. Peasant is probably something you get here. So they're probably going to both go for Peasant Remake. The Peasant, yeah, you can draw a card with the Peasant instead of taking the money if, you're not going to have collision. None of them are going to have that luxury. I think I'd rather Remake than Peasant, but it's not 100% clear to me. This should be Ghost Town, I think. Whoa. I really wanted Ghost Town there for Trippy, because you were likely to have collision. Yeah, absolutely. And Blue Grain does that. Now Trippy has to make this choice, and it's no fun either way. Well, you're going to take a Ghost Town, I assume. with what you're getting here, but I would have much rather had the ghost town last turn, and then you could get the peasant now, and you would have a soldier instead of a peasant, or you would have thinned more instead of not. Um, we'll see if blue-green gets the 50-50 to draw their peasant or not. Tribby has to make a decision now. I mean, I believe both of these last two were coppers, and you know it, so you could play peasant for the draw. I think this is what I would have done given that I got to this point, but I'm mostly not happy to have gotten to this point. Okay. Blue-green does hit there. So there should be another ghost town, and then could be another ghost town or it could be a peasant here. Maybe even a catapult. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. You want more ghost towns. Your peasants, you got to start getting things for them to do. City quarter is, I think, the big thing for them to do here because, like, Disciple City Quarter is great. City Quarter Way of the Chameleon is also great. I think that's going to be kind of the end game on this board. Turning both these estates into ghost towns, plausible. I also would think about getting a catapult here. I don't know why you play those individually. Okay, you get a third peasant. I don't know about that. But I do like the shape that your deck appears to be in. Right now, blue-green is heading to a clean shuffle. Uh-huh. Silver is not what I was expecting. I mean, I think catapult should be very good here, right? Because the discard attack, I mean, to some extent it's mitigated by the ghost town, but the discard attack, I mean, it makes your soldiers worth more, makes their city quarters a lot worse. I don't know. It seems pretty good to me here. Um, at least one of these peasants could maybe draw. Okay, now I want to play the soldier instead of the remake. And I want to buy like Ghost Town Catapult or Ghost Town Catapult City Quarter. Probably a tiny early for the City Quarter, but not that far. I certainly want another Ghost Town here. So I've got a couple each turn. Also just speeds me up right now, which is a good thing. But I mean, you have some choices. You might want to get more peasants for more plus buy. Whoa, just city quarter doesn't. I think you want to get something else along with the city quarter. I still want a ghost town, for instance. Okay. So another ghost town here for blue green, absolutely. We'll just remake and pay off your debt. Do you want to take another city quarter here? I think no. I think it's too expensive, and you just want to. What am I trying to think of the word here? You'd rather just disciple them? Yeah, that's the word. You're going to need plus buy from somewhere eventually. You probably eventually. Whoa! Okay, no, this makes sense given that you already have a disciple to start getting your city quarters. No, that absolutely makes sense. I could keep my disciples for a while. I'd probably eventually want a teacher, but I'm not in a rush, certainly. If you need to discard one of your actions here, I think I would make it the remake. Yeah. Just play both soldiers and go forum peasant or something. I would discard the copper and the estate. Whoa, okay, you're drawing. Sure. I guess that's fine. But you didn't draw the second time. I mean, drawing the second time makes sense. You're not going to have much money if you turn these soldiers into fugitives, but I think that's fine. You can chameleon for money if you need a chameleon for money. Buying another city quarter. I mean, you could also use a city quarter for money, maybe. You definitely want to get a disciple here. And I think you want to turn at least one of the soldiers into another thing. And by thing, I mean fugitive. I'd kind of be inclined to do both of them, I think. You really want to be able to disciple city quarter here. You're also going to want to be able to... Ooh, okay. I was going to say you're going to want to be able to get plus buy again at some point. And I think it's probably going to be easier to do that off peasant than it is off. I mean, I don't think you chameleon this. I think you want to draw. Off peasant as opposed to trying to teacher token. But I guess it could be teacher token on like the city quarters themselves plus buy token. Yeah, okay, you did draw. This makes sense. You're going to be able to pay off your debt here. You could go for another city quarter. Or you could go for nothing. I'm not sure. Yeah, it goes for nothing. I think this makes sense. You're going to want to have the extra plus buy, the money to be able to buy like a plus buy card. Draw again here, I think. These city quarters can make money. The fugitives can make money. Okay, I think you could have been making more money than this by playing some of those fugitives for, well, differently. For instance, you certainly could have played the city quarter for money there using chameleon. So you've really underplayed this. You're just not thinking about being able to use chameleon to make money, I guess. And that could be a major downfall here. Surely you trash, yeah, the coppers, and surely you. Oh, well, now you're not making money. The extra 2 money here, you could have bought a peasant. The plus buy would be really good. You'd make tons of money with city quarters, with disciples and city quarters. You're going to empty the city quarters soon. The next turn, you can, well, maybe empty like forums, city quarters, and the third pile quickly. Peasants, but you could also maybe take a teacher. Keep in mind you had 3 ghost towns last turn. You're not going to have them this turn. You did take a teacher already. I think it's going to work out for you. Probably lead on city quarter before you disciple city quarter. I think. On Trippy's next turn. This is not a good turn for blue-green. I think you just trash a couple of coppers and buy a peasant. Okay. Mining village. I mean, this is also fine, I guess. If I recall correctly, the last card here in blue-green's deck is a city quarter. Yeah, I would have played the other city quarter first there. This disciple now shouldn't get played. You just play the remake to trash these cop. Well, no, you need to buy a peasant actually. You just don't play anything else here. You buy the peasant. You could remake in your ghost towns and actions. I don't think I like discipling remake though. I don't want a second remake in my deck. I actually don't want to trash all that stuff now because I really want a peasant. Okay, you could do it with the way No, Way of the Chameleon doesn't help you. You still got to trash. Yeah, this is ungood. Why is the other remake for? And you're missing buys. Although I guess you have your teacher down, you can get buys by putting your buy token on City Quarter. That's probably fine. But you certainly want to keep these as disciples. Are you going to have a pile out with city quarters, ghost towns, and forums, say? Copper seems bad to me, but this game could be very close to ending. Not sure what you discard here. Discards copper. Okay, what are you remaking then? You're going to play the peasant, right? And remake estate ghost town. I assume that's better than not playing the remake. Like estate into ghost town into village, or something like that. By, I mean, I still feel like catapult would really do work here. The discard attack, right? Am I wrong? And another peasant makes some amount of sense. Probably keep the current peasant. No, you turned it into a soldier. Don't know about that. But Trippy should call to put plus buy on city quarter here, I think. Because you desperately need plus buy. You want to put it on something, and city quarter is what you're going to have the most plays of. You can empty the city quarters probably, given that you're going to have. You stuck money there? Okay. I mean, you can make 1,000,000 money here and, like, use the way of the chameleon, my dude. Use the way of the chameleon. Ugh. Trippy clearly doesn't understand the way of the chameleon. But also that you need plus buy. You can make a ton of money here, and I wonder if you could have emptied the forums. It seems very plausible. Not very plausible. I don't think you could have, but it would have been like close, right? Anyway, emptying the forums is not a particularly great goal. You're really going to be lacking plus buy here because you didn't put plus buy on anything. You put money on city quarter instead. So, like, Trippy had a big advantage here, but I expect Blue Green will probably win the game because it's being squandered because there's not the plus buy, and you're not using Chameleon effectively. Which, I mean, again, it's a totally new card. Let's be fair here. It's not so easy to do, but you can make 6 money here by crowning the city quarter and chameleoning it both times. You could make slightly less money by just chameleoning the city quarter. You can also chameleon all these mining villages to make a little bit of extra money as well. Just note that if you trash, if you, it's weird if you do the other way. Whoa, oh, you just bought a peasant. Like you could have had some free forums, right? Okay, soldier to draw. Ooh, peasant to draw. There's another city quarter, right? Is it the bottom card? That would be very unfortunate. You really want to disciple those guys. It might still not work out here for blue green. Um, Although actually, given that there was another disciple down there, maybe you're supposed to disciple a peasant. I don't know. You want to remake the remake and a copper, or you could remake. You could disciple the remake. You could. There's a lot of little options here. You're certainly not winning this turn. I don't know that you can realistically set up to win next turn either. Okay, your discipling remake. Now what are you going to trash? Silver in a mining village makes some sense. I mean, you could probably set up to win next turn if Trippy doesn't do anything. Okay. So you're getting a lot of remakes and a lot of mining villages. A lot of remakes. So you are setting up to pile next turn. Maybe not, actually. You don't have more threes to turn into. Whoa, you took teacher, so you're definitely not trying to pile this coming turn. Okay. Yeah, and draw and disciple this city quarter. Now, chameleon it this time. Now, why didn't you chameleon it? You could have had so much money. Disciple peasant. Can you win here? Let's hold on. Let's You get peasants, and then you could disciple the remake or the mining village. I'm not sure which. Probably the mining village. You just trash it, and I think you can empty forums and remakes, or wait, you disciple the mining village, right? Forums and mining villages, let's say, right? You get you'd have a lot more money than you do right now. I mean, you need 50 money for the forums, but you could have had okay, maybe it wasn't enough. Maybe you need more buys to empty some cheaper piles. These forums cost a lot. We could have had 8 more this way. That's 19. You could have had 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 18, 37. You could have had close to 50 money, but you obviously need 62 to pile and 64 to actually win. So, yeah, that wasn't going to happen. However, I think you need to be somewhat concerned about pileouts on your next turn. I'm not really feeling the teacher here from. Okay, I don't love the peasant there. It might be fine. Again, Trippy is going to be close to piling on their next turn. They they have so much money. Whoa, they got rid of their peasants. They're going to be lacking plus buy. Oh wait, do they have their teacher down? So they could stick plus buy on mining village or something and absolutely have enough to win right then. Well, I say absolutely. Is that guaranteed? Not sure that it is. Um, so you can use the city quarter to draw. I was thinking about trying to use it to. You need remakes and then remakes. So into mining village, soldier into mining village. But what's your third pile? I'm missing a third pile here, right? Crown disciple on remakes. It's gonna get you duchy, 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 duchy. Maybe you've got it. Crown disciple. Play remake. Getting 2 duchies. Play remake on mining villages, getting 2 duchies. That gains you 2 more remakes. Yeah, this should win. This should win. Remake as a gainer. Well done. Well done. You just trash mining villages. And then play 2 mining villages and trash them for money, and then you can buy the last remake. Just remake the mining villages. You need to get points here, right? If you want to win. But just as long as you remake one of these mining villages, you're fine. No! No, I'm wrong. You needed to disciple both remakes and you remade one of them. Um, you gotta undo this, my friend. Because you had 6 mining villages. You can trash 4 into duchies. I mean, you could also trash a teacher instead. I think this is a very clean undo to be able to do. Very clean. So you're not undoing, but that means you're losing. I think it means you're losing. Um, I mean, if you played it with Chameleon, then you trash it, you draw 2 cards. I'm wondering if you could have emptied duchies here. I don't think you have enough stuff to be able to do that, though. I mean, there's no way that Trippy can't win on Trippy's turn, so I don't really know at this point. I mean, it's just over. Right? I mean, I guess you have to see the win, but I don't think it's that hard to see. Well, maybe if you take exactly one more duchy, right? Then it's hard for Trippy to get 2 remakes and score enough. You need exactly one more duchy. Not sure I'm in love with crowning that. What is his last card here? It's not money. It's a duchy. So I think your only hope here is to remake this mining village and the teacher and get a duchy and feel very, very bad. This won't work, right? Because you've got. Well, I guess actually it wasn't going to work anyway, because if Trippy. If Trippy plays well enough, you can disciple peasant and then redraw it, disciple the other peasant and redraw it, so you're likely to have enough buys. The question is also, I guess, a little bit on, are you going to see doing the right thing to city quarters? Oh, and of course, yeah, it's you have the teacher coming up, so you can slap buys on something. But you put card on mining village? Okay. I mean, this is going to make it harder, but not impossible. You need to disciple peasant, though. At some point, you definitely need to. Maybe not. You could also disciple remake and empty the duchies instead. So there's a couple of wins here. You could remake into 4 duchies, have enough money to just buy the last duchy. You could disciple remake to gain extra remakes and win that way. You could disciple peasant to get extra buys and have used the buys to win that way. I mean, there's a lot of ways to win here. It's just a question of you seeing one of them. Okay, Discipling Remake should work fine. Yes, indeed. I guess I should try to figure out why Trippy won instead of Blue Green. Part of it is obviously Blue Green missed the win there with a misplay. Getting more city quarters seems like a big deal. Maybe it was down to taking more. I think a lot of it was actually down to shuffles, like shuffle luck, especially early on. Um, but yeah, so this is Duchy or Remake or both. Four piled, okay. I think it was. Yeah, yeah, no, he meant before that, hence a long time ago. Um, Definitely using Chameleon on City Quarter for money. I didn't see a win several turns before, but it would have been like good. Okay, let's see. Are you near the start of a game? You are. Okay, so let's watch a Postaloso Rulers game. We've got Bonfire, which probably won't be so important because there's Donate. There are no Menagerie things here, but that's fine. Um, Navigator on turn one seems weird to me. Legionary seems very good to me. Like the combination of Legionary attack and Relic attack is pretty brutal, and actually with Villa, it can get more brutal. So you play the Relic, you then Villa to Legionary attack them, so they're now at two cards and they don't redraw one, and then you play another Relic, they're at two cards, and they um instead of they start with a two card hand and their first draw is negated, and it's just completely brutal. It's the the Legionary plus Relic plus way to do sandwichy things, whether that's Villa, Cavalry, Storyteller, Black Market, sometimes Capitalism, is just the most brutal attack. Uh, I close to the most brutal one that's well, anyway. You want to be doing that brutal attack here. And the only draw is, well, dens and activated cities. I'm not in love with the Haggler, I think. I'm pretty sure also you're going to want to redonate to get rid of these coppers because you just can't stand having them in your deck after a while. But Tyrant Neptune isn't donating at all. At all. At all. And that seems really bad to me. I mean, I guess you can just donate at any point here, and you're not going to have your any junk cards at all. And a Postaloso ruler probably needs to redonate again. I mean, Appo could think about provincing here, but I really don't believe in it because I really think you want to be getting this Legionary Relic business going. I'm not a fan of Haggler because I want to be getting this Legionary Relic business going. Okay, there's Legionary Villa and a redonate. Sure. This makes a lot of sense. Um, but also kind of part of the problem is everything I want costs 5 other than the 1 gold. I want 2 relics, and cities and dens. But you could get a duplicate here soon, maybe. You also need like a lot of cities and dens, like I'm saying, but so I'm thinking this turn for Apo. Oh, I guess you have the debt. I was thinking you had 9, so you could go like Relic Villa, play the Villa, and then get Den duplicate or something, or City duplicate, maybe. Hadn't worked out the math on it. But I'm pretty sure Tyrant Neptune's just going down here. You gotta donate, my dude. Or my chick, or my lady, or whatever, non-pronouny generic person term for a young hip person playing videos. So I really don't like Gold City. I mean, maybe it's okay, but okay, now you've donated as Tyrant Neptune, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure you're just pretty far behind. I mean, you're not that far behind, actually, surprisingly. You have one Den to one, you have one Villa to one, you have one Legionary to one, you have two golds to two. You don't have the Haggler, and you do have a Navigator. You have a Duplicate. You're also kind of a turn behind because you're player one, and you're going to have this debt. Um, and you're a city behind. So, like, okay, you're fairly really behind, but so this could be. Oh, I would have thought it would be something Villa, and then yeah, and you could play this city, and then you have this. This is no good though. No, you really want to do this legionary relic sandwich, I think. Anyway, I mean, whatever. I can't criticize too much. Maybe if Tyrant Neptune goes for that, Tyrant Neptune still has a chance to win. Um, I think Apple's gotten way too many stop cards here, especially that don't heighten the attacks, and that's gonna hurt. But it was so far ahead from getting the donate earlier and building a little bit better that maybe it's not going to matter. But you don't have enough draw to support like this multiple haggler nonsense. I mean, I guess now you're just going to go like province and then haggle a den or something. You desperately need more dens. I guess you could go, you have 11, you could go den, haggle villa, get another den. You could even haggle another villa, but it's probably not what I would haggle. I'd get like a farming village. Um, or a duplicate. City villa, huh? Well, the villas can run out. Then you can't do your sandwichy trick. Okay. Bonfiring the villas, that makes some sense because they're pretty bad. The cities are gonna, I mean, it's gonna take a long time for something to run out though, so the cities are, at the rate you're going. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the villas are gonna run out, huh? Somehow, Neptune, I think not actually behind here. Kind of close to being though. But you could go like Den Relic. I still think the Relic attack is very strong here. Let me check and make sure that my audio is still where I want it to be. Okay. Den City. I mean, sure, City's also a fine card, but The villas could run out here. I feel like Apo has squandered a significant amount of his advantage. But probably still has a pretty significant size advantage. And then another gold in city. I mean, but the thing about getting another gold in city, okay. And now you're gonna play these villas and bonfire them. I mean, I guess. I don't know. This feels like playing with fire to me. Now, is Apple going to keep gold? Yeah, you're going to keep gold Legionary because you don't have that many golds, and you need to make sure you have one to line up with your Legionary. Um, it's just a solid taking a province there. That's about what I would expect, I guess. I mean, think about if you can not do this. Okay, Legionary. You're obviously going to attack. You're going to discard the province and the navigator and the den, I guess. Oh no, you didn't discard the den. Okay. You could empty villas and dens here. I would not recommend. You still could do that. Would not recommend. Is doing that. Don't like. I guess Tyrant Neptune doesn't really have the gains to kill you here, so maybe it's fine. Oh, that navigator's kind of pretty. Is there a duplicate? Did you trash your duplicate? You did. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Appo's going to win on Appo's next turn, probably. You're going to keep City, and it doesn't really matter the other thing you keep. Kept the Villa. Yeah, discard those puppies, and you have 12. 12 is not a good amount. 13 would be okay, because you go like Province City. Wow, you top decked those? It's not what I expected. Um, I mean, you could just say YOLO, I hope you have a bad hand, and go double City. That way, if you get another turn, you're very likely to win on it. Maybe that's your best chance here. It's just incredibly hard to imagine you getting another turn because Apple has 5 dens in play and 4 cities in the deck. So I think it's about impossible for you to get another turn. Maybe if you stack the deck perfectly wrong. Okay, so you're going to go province and then you get a... I don't even know what you get with it. Farming villages, I guess. Better than nothing. But this is just going to be a fairly easy win here. Villa, 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 Hagler, Hagler, a bada boom. Like triple province, getting rid of the rest of the cities. Quad province, even. Yeah, maybe this was just totally fine. You got to use Donut more effectively. Do it early, do it twice. Okay, we have a few new cards here. Hunting Lodge, Hostelry, Cavalry, Camel Train. So, Engineer and Page and Pageant and You can eventually draw with diplomats, hunting lodges, and although engineer kind of works with hostelry and diplomat maybe, or maybe hostelry and hunting lodge, kind of sorta. Farmers market lets you go big to some extent. There really isn't thinning here, but cavalry can help a little bit with protecting you at times as well. Infinite actions is something that cavalry likes, and infinite actions is something that champion gives you. I'm pretty sure I want page here. Camel train can also help you get whatever stuff you want, I guess. The draw here is not great. There's diplomat and cavalry, but and warrior, but each of them only increase your hand size by one, and then hunting lodge, which you can't thin here, so the hunting lodge is not great. Engineer, I would think about mostly because you engineer a hostelry and you discard your treasures and you get a few horses, and that's better. Probably especially with what Page has going on. Also, it's potentially interesting against the treasure hunter. Uh, is if you're trying to build to do a lot of stuff at once, then it's going to be hard to do that. Um, okay. So if I'm Tyrant Neptune here, I'm gaining a hostelry. I'm discarding all 4 coppers for horses. And then, am I trashing my engineer? I mean, I usually like to play with pageant, but I think in this situation, this is what I want to do more than doing pageant stuff. I guess I could. No. Get it. What? Aha. Okay. That's interesting. I hadn't thought to try to do that. I still don't think I like it, but it's, I guess, worth thinking about. Well, I really don't like getting the second page. But the thing I don't like about the cavalry thing is you're only 2/7 to draw it. If you do draw it, it's really good, obviously, it being the page. If you don't draw it, then you're gonna draw it this turn. It's gonna miss the shuffle, and it's a short shuffle, but it's pretty bad. I think at this point you have to trash for a hostelry and get a horse, but you're really not happy either way. Now, is Apo here? I might get the pageant now if I'm Apo. I'm really not interested in getting a second page here, I don't think. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is what happens. And Apple got the second page. I don't really like that. By I don't really like that, I kind of mean I really don't like that. Ooh, the engineer missed, and you got a second one here, but I don't know about that. I don't know about you, but I'm not level 22. Uh, yeah, engineer for cavalry is something, I guess, as well. Um, what is, I mean, okay, you could take the hostelry here. What are all these pages for? I don't understand. You want a lot of warriors, but I don't really. I'd rather have diplomats. I don't know. And these treasure hunters, I expect there to be a lot of gaining in this game, such that these treasure hunters are going to get a lot of silvers, which is going to get you to getting a province per turn pretty reliably, but that's not um, exciting to me. I think you can do bigger than that here, and so the silvers, in this case, maybe actually do get in the way. Maybe not, I don't know. Do 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 do. You do do do. Okay, camel train. Hmm. I'm not sure what you're camel training here. It is the goal. When you play your hero, you get another one, and that's something. I'm not sure about gaining all of these cavalries. Because, like, what if you draw your warrior? That's really bad then. Seems a bit early to be gaining all the cavalries to me. I feel like, well, it worked out kind of here, but okay, so that's three horses from that treasure hunter. Three horses, three silvers. Um, just taking a coffer and no two. So now you don't want more pages for I don't know why. Okay. And there you got a hostelry, but not the cavalry then? I don't really understand this. I presume you play the horses here if you're Tyrant Neptune. Okay. I think you keep playing them because you want to get. Well, if you could draw your hostelry, that'd be great. But in any case, you want to get back. Like this warrior's missing. It's already missed a shuffle, but you want to get back to the hero as quickly as you can, and also, so you play the warrior now. You might be taking a hostelry here for a whole lot of horses, which would, for one thing, make Apostoloso rulers wait, your horses aren't from that. They're from warriors, huh? Or from cavalries, huh? Because Apo has the hostelry. Anyway, uh, whoa, no, no, friend. Don't you want a hostelry and a bunch of horses? You play 2 silvers, you buy a hostelry, you get a coffers and 6 horses, and that's going to help you find your hero much faster. Or are you just going to play, get a few cavalries? A couple cavalries and then a hostelry? Okay. If you wanted to buy cavalry, you didn't need to play all your treasures at first. This gets you less in terms of optionality. You did find your hero ASAP, so that's pretty good for you. Um, I don't know how many silvers this treasure hunter is going to gain, but it's kind of a lot. It's 3. I guess that's not that many. Farmer's market, huh? Here is Apo. I just want a hostelry and 3 horses. Maybe I trash the engineer. I don't know. Take a gold here if you're Tyrant Neptune. I guess you take the other one off as well. You have 4 money. I mean, I think these decks aren't actually doing anything at this point all that quick, so you kind of just take your big stack of treasure and buy a province a turn. I could see fleet there. The hunting lodges don't make a lot of sense to me. I guess you can spin and find your travelers a little faster, but kind of mostly hostelry seems better to me. And neither of them seem all that good. I don't know. Farmer's Market hostelry. Okay, that makes some sense. And then this is just going to be hero. And you could take a page or a native village or a camel train maybe, or pageant. Pageant should be better than nothing. I might take pageant here if I was Apo. And then it's just a hunt for the champion. But I think at this point your decks are so large and your ability to draw cards is not so large. You should just be trying to single province as much and quickly as possible for the most part. I don't think you're ever drawing like all your deck or even half your deck really. So let's see what Apple buys here. It could be engineer, pageant. Yeah, pageant, sure. I wonder if he'll set aside with this native village. It's pretty terrible if the champion gets set aside. I guess I probably wouldn't. No, 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 no! Pick up! And then you can buy the cavalry, right? You're just getting diplomat, but interesting to pitch all that. Hunting Lodge. And actually, you could have maybe played your treasures there, bought a cavalry, and then played the Hunting Lodge. All this discarding, I don't quite understand. Okay, you don't want to pitch this. You play the cavalry, and then you play the next Hunting Lodge and pitch. You're looking for your champion. Okay, so you don't pitch. You get your champion here, and you buy a farmer's market and take it coffers. Or you do this. Discard these, my dudes. I don't think this is worth the coffers, but you know, whatever. Um, I'd probably be buying fleet here if I were Tyrant Neptune. You're gonna play champion here if you're Apo. You're gonna obviously just play all your cards basically. Maybe not the treasure hunter. Gains a lot of silvers. Is it going to get better? It might do. Maybe you wait and try to play it later. You could also just play it now and buy a province. I mean, I think that's quite a reasonable thing. This is not hostelry, I guess. Cavalry? Okay. Farmer's market? What are you getting here? You don't have the draw. You don't have the draw. It's your problem. Okay, so this is play camel train for I don't know what. Cavalry, maybe. Start lowering piles, buy a fleet. I don't know. Certainly want to buy a fleet here if I'm Tyrant Neptune. Because I want to be greening soon, I think. The hunting lodges don't appeal to me. I'm not doing anything more than province with my turns, really. It's going to be way too slow to get that set up for any kind of appreciable benefit. So I just want a province as much as I can. Having fleets should help. Neither of their decks seem that great to me for as fast as this could have gone. Cavalry's been kind of impressive. They were flipping around pretty fast, and if you're tracking your deck, it does some good stuff for you here, I think. Once you get infinite actions, it draws you cards in a way that's probably good. I still want fleet there. You've taken cavalry. You could discard it. Okay. You could take the last cavalry here as well. You do. Okay, so now you have 3 money. You get a Duchess? You think Duchess is better than nothing in this deck? I don't know about that. Apple has 6. Should get fleet. Yes, I like the fleet. Fleet seems good. You're going to horse here. You're going to buy province. There's nothing much else to do. Guess you could hostelry and get a few horses, but that doesn't seem near as good to me. Okay, cavalry, farmer's market, province, coffers. Yes. So I think Apo should be ahead here, largely on having a fleet. It's the biggest difference, really. Play the horse first because you're going to play it. Yeah. Cavalry and I don't know what you camel train. Get fleet now. These hunting lodges just seem like they're doing so little for Tyrant Neptune. Because you can spin through your deck, but what are you really spinning for? Not much. I definitely want fleet now if I'm Tyrant Neptune. And you get it. Yeah, okay. Horse. Yeah, horse. Okay, warrior. Probably play the horse again. But maybe not. Okay, definitely play the cavalry. How much money is this? This is 10, this is 14. Okay. How many cards would this gain? Like none? This is a great time to play the treasure hunter. Okay, farmer's market to get some points. Surely you're playing the treasure hunter here. I think it gains nothing. I don't think Tyrant Neptune gained anything last turn. I think you would much rather have a warrior at this point than treasure hunter as well. So I definitely think that was the time to do that. But you did not. Okay, you should still be well ahead. Should be province here, I think. It's native village. Okay. Gets another farmer's market. Okay. 41 cards in the deck. Quite a number of them are horses, but still. These decks are absolutely massive. Note that the only attack here has been warrior, right? I'm not wrong about that, right? And it's like turn 17 and there's 4 provinces left. So somehow they're not scoring so much that I think they're actually beating just like big money. I don't know. Could be wrong about that. But straight big money seems to be, well, I don't know. Maybe this is not better than straight big money, but it's not much better. Certainly like big money pageant. I guess they have fleet as well, but like big money pageant should be beating them, I think, here. A lot of other simpler things. I mean, I don't think you can pitch this if you're Tyrant Neptune. You just have to take your one province, play your cavalry, and take your one province, and hope that Apo duds. These hunting lodges, I mean, just given the kind of deck you're building, are not good. Whoa, you did pitch, but I just don't see the point. You're not going to get a better hand or a better outcome of this turn. You've spent extra horses, and you're cycling through more. But and I know you've gained a couple more horses too, but I think you've spent more than you've gained. And well, anyway, I just don't think it really did anything for you here. You just got a province anyway. Take your coffers. Hope that the shuffles turn out nice. Okay, you're taking a lot of farmers market stuff, but your draw is not good enough to have that come around and be worth it for you. I don't think even with the hunting lodges. You got to play this horse. You got to play this warrior. You think about not playing some of these horses at points, right? You mostly are just playing them, but it's not like a 100% guarantee sure thing. 14. Well, it's province duchy, I think. Yeah. Sure, the duchess. And this is just province. You're way behind if you're Tyrant Neptune, but you can't not province. You won't have the time to come back if you are just ceding all the rest of these provinces. Just play the treasure hunter. The one money's got to be worth it. Province estate. Or you could spend your coffers and do this, I guess. This seems fine. Actually, this is probably better. I don't see how a Postuloso ruler is losing at this point. And now these decks look like, okay, they've done better than big money, but I still think that somehow they went overboard on some things at some points, I think, and somehow it didn't work right. They were hoping for bigger turns than they ever got, but the way they were playing the decks, they were never going to be able to do much better than getting province per turn, and they could have started that earlier and done better, I think. I don't know. Anyhow, this is going to be the last game that I record in this laddering session as well, but yeah, anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed watching this stuff. My own gameplay videos starting very soon, probably after I get this one uploaded. All of them will be post Menagerie. Now, some of them don't have any Menagerie things in them because, like 20% of the time, or maybe a little more than 20% of the time, you're gonna get a game without any Menagerie stuff. That's just the way that the math works. But a lot of Menagerie stuff coming up. Tyrant Neptune. Well, you have to pitch, right? Because Triple Duchy doesn't do it for you. You certainly weren't doing better than that there. I don't know if you really have more farmers markets to be able to do better than Triple Duchy. Play the cavalry, I guess. Not going to matter. Play the hunting lodge. Play the cavalry, I guess. You're going to pitch here. Absolutely pitch here. But you're never coming back. Also, like, there's no way Apo isn't getting some points. On Apo's turn, this is not Triple Duchy. This is not bigger than Triple Duchy. It's not even Triple Duchy. So you just lose right now. Double Duchy estate. I'm not even sure if you had Triple Duchy before. I didn't calculate it all. Not really, almost. Oh, that was already the fleet turn. Okay, so Apo didn't need to be. Yeah, but like you needed quad duchy, and you really weren't going to get to that. You just weren't going to have the money and the buys. I mean, maybe on the perfect draw, but it was not realistic. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll catch you again soon. Peace out.